وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا أي وَأَحْسِنُوا بِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And be good to your parents. After the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it is the parents. Without satisfaction of your parents, without the happiness of your parents, without obeying your parents, you cannot satisfy, make happy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and cannot obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Doing good for your parents is attached to the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Islam is a family-oriented deen. We're not just the individuals, we're families. Our fathers, our mothers are the top of the chain of the family, the chain of the command of the family. The Muslim family has a structure, and that structure is led by the father, then the mother, then the children. And that relationship does not break down at 18 or puberty, or when you get mature, or when you graduate from college or high school, or when you make money. It does not break. It's always connected, and the family has to be connected. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. Do not get closer to the infidelities, to haram things. الْفَوَاحِشُ هُنَا الزِّنَا وَمَا شَابَهَا. Adultery and fornication and everything that is around it. Do not even get close to it. مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا, if it is apparent and clear. وَمَا بَطَنَ, and if it's hidden. Whether it's a small act or the big act, stay away from it. And this is also in the protection of the family, in the dignity of the Muslim community, to protect the honor and the dignity of the Muslimin. It can only be, that relationship can only be through marriage, nothing else. If someone makes a mistake, makes a tawbah, refrains from it, moves towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُم مِّنْ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. Do not kill. Still we are around the family. Look at the importance of the family here. Do not kill your children because of fear of being poor. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُم مِّنْ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. في آية أخرى وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ خَشْيَةَ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُهُمْ وَإِيَّاكُمْ. The first ayah talks about if you are fearful of being poor yourself, Allah will provide you. نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ starts with. If you are fearful that they will be hungry and they will not be able to provide them, نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُهُمْ, we're going to provide them, وَإِيَّاكُمْ, and you. So whether you're fearing a faqr or poverty for yourself or for your children, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, do not kill. And subhanallah, people have excelled in the ways of killing children in the womb of the mother. The pandemic of the abortion, the control of the birth rate has attracted disaster to humanity today. Fitrat Allah, the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that let people produce in a halal way. What happens to China? What's the problem of China today? They had one child policy, and what happened? They have an older community that has outnumbered the younger ones. So the younger ones are not able to support the old ones. I don't know what they will do to them. Maybe produce another coronavirus to wipe out the older community. I don't know, Allahu A'lam. When a man loses, when the mankind loses values, nothing stops them from doing evil things. And in Japan, study after study shows that they have reached a level of no return, a point of no return, that the whole village will celebrate the birth of one child. The birth of one child. When woman was taken out of the house into the American corporate, into the world corporate, and she's limited or limited herself to only 1 or 2 or 3 children, are even neglected in the daycare facilities, then we have all these problems today. The level of the mental illness of the children is skyrocketing. Why? Because of the absence of the parents. Do not kill the soul that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has protected without a right. The killing of innocent people today has no limits, mainly for dunya reasons, for economic wars, a piece of land. All these wars going in the world today, none of it is based on values and principles. It is about oil, it is about minerals, especially nowadays. The wars and the conflicts that you hear nowadays, most of the wars nowadays is based on the minerals. A soul should not be taken without a right. So that's why you see when the Muslim world was doing jihad, when the Sahaba were doing jihad, opening towns and cities and countries and even empires, the rate of death was a fraction of the later wars. A fraction. Only warring groups used to die. But nowadays, cities, towns and people in their houses are being destroyed left and right. And a good example is what's going on in Gaza nowadays. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease their pain.